Hey y'all, my name is Susan, and right now I'm going to rate the e-bike bike racks. I've been going through so many bike racks for the e-bikes because, as you guys know, e-bikes are really super heavy. And I've gone through bicycle racks, motorcycle racks, and I've been looking for the perfect bike rack. And I thought I had found it. Unfortunately, I did not, but I'm going to show you why. Today I'm going to rate the 1UP. Some friends of mine had the 1UP bike rack made here in the good old USA. And technically it was designed for e-bikes because it can be very dangerous to pull these on the road because of the weight of them. You definitely don't want to use a standard bike rack for these things. So I bought this 1UP rack. It's rated for 75 pounds per bike. It's made of aluminum, which I'm not quite sure about. But the thing is, they're really expensive. I mean, the base level here, this model here was $760 after the taxes and stuff. I think it was $680. But then if you want to buy more things, like you want to buy a handle, that's another $100. You want to buy a ramp, that's another $159. I had to buy spacers because my fat tires wouldn't fit. So I had to buy these spacers that were another almost $100 just for the spacers, to replace the spacers that were on it. And what's interesting is you could still put a smaller tire in here, so why they wouldn't put these on here to begin with, I don't know, because a lot of the bike racks do have the fat tires on them. I'll explain the pool noodles later. But as you can see, the handle to make this thing go up and down is here. And you kind of have to have a good grip on both sides to get it up, to get it spaced. And it's really hard, especially when the bikes are on it or you want to lower it, just to get it up and down. So that's the first thing. Like right now, I can kind of get it up. But when you have bikes on here, it's really hard to get through, especially if you want to lower them down or if you want to just adjust it. Even now, adjusting it is kind of hard because you kind of have to get right in the middle. They do conveniently make a handle that goes here. They'll pull it. Of course, the handle is another like $100. So, my friends that have these have spent well over $1,000 on both of their racks. Some of the problems I want to point out to people to look out for. My friend, their rivets came loose. Their rivets all came loose and they had to get new rivets. On mine, as you can see, the screws in the back are already coming loose. We've been traveling a lot and I just don't know that this bike can handle the highways and all the crappy potholes everywhere. But I mean, we noticed that this had already come loose. It worked itself loose by itself just from being on the road. So I'm kind of just hand tightening now. I don't have a tool. Another major problem that we found was the weight. I don't know if it's from the potholes or hitting bumps or whatever, but vibrated this loose so much that this metal piece here, as you can see, bent. Ignore the strap that we had to kind of redneck up to put on. But you can see that metal piece bent and come off. So basically the bicycle, which we'll show you when we put the bike on the rack, bends. So you see this tray is sliding like this. And so basically my bike is riding cockeyed for the rest of our, drive home. We've driven about 1,200 miles by the end of this trip, and the bike is constantly moving like that. So what we did was we tried to put some JB Weld type stuff on it, and we tried to put this strap on it just to keep it from moving. Obviously that didn't really help very much, unfortunately. But yeah, we put the pool noodles on here since I'm not carrying a second bike, so that basically that'll stop it and my bicycle won't get too bent up hitting this bar all the time. So I'm kind of keeping these bars up to keep the bicycle from shifting anymore this way. I'm not even going to put a second bicycle on it at this point, but this is one of the major problems. So this is made of aluminum. Of course, they conveniently sell this plate because in the email they sent me, they said this was designed to do this. Okay, I'm sure they have a good reason. Not sure why, but you can conveniently buy a $48 replacement plate. And when I looked on their website, they have all these accessories and replacement parts. Pretty much all these parts are replaceable, and they're designed to replace when they fail. You can see this blue one here is already bending and failing as well. So for a $1,000 bike, I got about $1,000 into this so far just because I had to buy the spacers and everything. But for a $1,000 bike rack, I'm just not impressed with the quality of it. I don't feel safe with it. We're gonna get home today and figure out what to do as far as if this can be fixed. We've emailed the company, and I will say I just am not impressed with their customer support. At first they didn't want to replace this at all. They said it was designed to do this, Oh, so your bike rack is designed to fail. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's just great. I'm still going round and round with them right now, trying to get a replacement plate. Yeah, granted, it's only $48, but after spending, you know, $1,000 on this rack, why can't they supply the $48 warranty replacement? So I'm kind of going in circles with them right now, trying to get a warranty replacement plate for this to replace, to fix it. I mean, I can still use this on short trips, but do I feel comfortable with this on a long trip on the interstates? Honestly, no, I don't. I'm just not impressed with their customer support. Their emails have been rude. I may actually read them on this video later, but their emails have actually been pretty rude. Their customer support just doesn't even, they don't want to really necessarily hear about their problems that they're having with these, so if they could maybe fix them so they won't happen in the future, maybe do an upgraded version of this. But then talking to my friend, they had the problem with the rivets that were supposed to be replaced, and they still have yet to receive them. So I'm just not really impressed with their customer support, and I'm definitely not impressed with this very expensive bike rack that I bought to carry 2 e-bikes that I'm even nervous with one on right now to get home. So when we put the bike on, I'm going to show you what we did to kind of, you know, band-aid this so we can get the bike the rest of the way home. I don't want to put it on this outside tray because God forbid this were to slide out. I really don't want my bike coming down on the interstate and hurting anybody. So stay tuned for another minute. We're going to get the bike put on, and then we'll show you what we did to attach it. Okay, you can see we've got the bike on now, and we're going to show you how we band-aided our $1,000 bike rack here. So another thing is, I feel like with the amount of money you pay for these racks, they just nickel and dime you for all these add-ons that I think should be part of the rack. So for instance, the tire, where it hooks on the tire here, so you can see where it's starting to leave little scars on my tire. Well, they conveniently make stoppers for this. So they conveniently make some stoppers you can put on this to help hold your tire, but of course you have to pay extra for that. So there's you some more money. I have the price written down. I can't remember how much they were, but you can conveniently buy stoppers to put on this, to put on your tire so it doesn't bend your tire. So why isn't that already included with the bike rack? You know, even for the back, of course I have a fender on my bike, so I have to put it over the fender. But yeah, once again, you could conveniently purchase the stopper for extra money. And you can see now what the bike does. As soon as we get on the road, it's going to do this. So you can see the bike moving back and forth. Isn't that just lovely? So of course, if I had another bike on here, it'd be crashing into my other bike. So what we've done for now, just to get home, is we put pool noodles. These are great for a lot of things. So we just put some pool noodles on here, and I'm putting them up. As you can see, we put some stuff on here too, so I don't bend my, you know, $1,500 bike here. So we've got that on here, so when this crashes into that, it stops it. So I feel pretty safe getting it home. I mean, we've driven already several hundred miles with this. I'm just not really, honestly, for, you know, you can spend thousands of dollars on this rack by the time you add all the accessories to make it, you know, actually work without damaging your expensive bicycle. I just think that there's certain things that they should automatically include in the already high price of this bike rack, like, you know, the rubber stoppers, you know, the handle would be really nice to have on this handle, so if we needed to lower it down or anything, we could do that. Of course, right now there's no way to really get in there to lower it down without having the bicycle fall on you. So yeah, I mean, when I first bought this, it looked like the perfect bike rack, but I'm gonna have to give it a total thumbs down. I'm going to sell this, and I'm sure somebody can fix it. Of course, I'll disclose the issues with it, but I do believe I'm going to sell this and start researching other bike racks. I mean, I'm okay at this point spending money on a good bike rack because these are dangerous. A couple of days ago when we were driving, we ran into a couple ladies that had another e-bike rack, not this one, and it failed miserably. The only thing that actually kept their bicycle on the back of their camper was the straps. That's why we're putting straps on this one, to add a little bit of extra security, but theirs actually had popped off. The bolts had broken off. So that just is really making me aware, and I think you should all be aware that e-bikes are nothing to play. They're not toys. They're not regular bicycles. They're like a mini motorcycle, basically, as far as the weight. And you need to take it seriously with your bike racks, because this could cause a major accident and fatality on the interstate. So yeah, so we saw their bike rack fail, which was designed for e-bikes. This one is a high-end bike rack designed for e-bikes, but you know, the bolts come out, it bends, it's just not worth the money, honestly. So I'm going to continue looking on my quest for the ultimate e-bike rack, and I'll keep y'all posted, and I'll keep posting videos as I continue to find more bike racks. But I'm determined to find the perfect e-bike rack. So if any of y'all have any suggestions what you use, feel free to comment. Bye.